great. Can't complain. No questions today.
All right. Russell, what was your biggest takeaway out of last week's game?
I think we all got to play better, and I think it starts with me, and I think that ultimately we just got to convert on third downs and find a way. When you think about it, it was a one-score game. It was 0-0 for a long period of time. We went out. It was 3-0 at halftime, and then and it stayed pretty close the whole entire game. That's a credit to our defense, and so I think that ultimately, you want to have a chance to win. I think we had a really good chance to win. Unfortunately, we didn't capitalize when we had those chances, and so that's just a small little tweak here and there.
I know you've had your legs back for a while now, but on that 30-yard run, how did it feel to have that a part of your game again?
Yeah, it felt great. I mean, obviously to be able to run and to be able to run with explosiveness and to get away, and it's a game changer in the sense of when things aren't there, just to be able to pick up a first down or whatever it may be.
How do you regain the mentality of running the ball and as a whole offense, not just you?
I think we had a tremendous preseason. And when you think about the effort that everybody put into it, the high-powered offense that we had, the high-powered defense that we've played with, the special teams, it's not some mystical thing. It's just fitting up on your blocks better, just making sure we're making the right cuts, making sure I'm making the right reads or whatever it may be, and just it's the little things that add up, and they add up in a positive way or they add up in a negative way. And so we believe that we're going to make it into a positive. And so we believe that we're right where we need to be. Unfortunately, we're 0-1. We'd like to be 1-0. But the reality is that we have all the right people. We have all the right people that can win and capitalize on what we're trying to do. And we just need to stay poised. We need to stay, really focused on the execution part of it all. And then from there, I think that we'll do our job.
Obviously, you guys had some success Sunday when you went up tempo. Is there ever a temptation to want to do that more, given when you guys do have success with it in games like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously up tempo is really challenging on the defense, and I think that offense has the advantage. I also believe that you can, it's just like anything else. The more you shoot, the better your chances of scoring more points, right? So I think it's that's kind of the mentality there. I think that we've been very successful at it. Our guys know what we're doing in it, and that's part of our game. It wasn't necessary that's what we had to do in that last game. It's definitely something that we can do really well, and we have done really well. And so it's definitely something that we need to continue to look at and see how that helps us improve.
How do you see that challenging the defense most?
Well, guys get tired. We have all the calls. We know what we want to call. I get to call whatever and just play with it. And so I think that Coach Bevel and I have a really good understanding of what we're trying to do when we are going those 2-minute situations against teams. And the receivers and the tight ends and running backs, everybody's in sync in the line. They're really clear, and guys are playing fast. And so it makes it challenging on the defense because, like I said, it's advantageous to us. It's like fast court basketball. It's tough to get back and get in transition. So, I think and when you look at it that way, it's kind of like transition offense, and it really kind of changes the game and presses the defense.
Is there anything about this challenging for your offense?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think that's something that we've always done really well. So, and we understand it. We work at it all the time. And we work at it every day and through walkthroughs at end of practice. So it's something that we've definitely have embraced.
Russell, how did you feel the protection was for you? I know there's been a lot of criticism of the line. How did you feel out there?
Well, I think we can all be better. It's not just those guys. I'm the biggest critic of myself. I think that there's a couple throws in there that I could hit, and find a way to make those throws. And I think winners find a way to win, and so for me personally, that's how I. As a competitor, no matter what the circumstances are, you got to still find a way to win. They had a very good defense. I think our line had a great preseason, all off season, all preseason. So we have the guys, like I said, and we have full confidence in them. And sometimes you don't do everything perfect. We just need to be a little bit better, and that's kind of our mentality.
You look at a guy like Jimmy Graham, and he's one of the most athletic players in the league, explosive players in the league. Held to 8 yards on Sunday, and This has happened sometimes where he's been a little inconsistent. What are the challenges of getting him involved and getting him the ball?
There's no challenges. I think that Jimmy's arguably one of the best tight ends to ever play the game. And so we want to continue to find ways to get him the football. He's super special, and he works extremely hard. So you can't find anybody that's going to be as focused and as determined as he is every day. And so that's our focus. I think Jimmy is tremendous talent. We're glad that we have him on our football team. And my goal is to get the ball to him as much as I can, but also facilitate to the rest of the guys too. And so that's our job.
How do you describe your relationship with Paul Allen, what he does for the players?
Well, I think, obviously Paul Allen's support of our football team and what he's been able to do for the city of Seattle. I think, I've been grateful ever since I got the first call. I remember, John, Paul, Coach Carroll, all of them being able to receive that call and just the emotion and the excitement and everything else. And I'll never forget that. And so I also never forget the excitement when we won the NFC Championship going to our first Super Bowl. And winning the Super Bowl and the energy that he had and everything. And so, also what's great about Paul too is, after games he's in the locker room just congratulating guys and everything. And so, I think the thing that Paul does best too is that, obviously, he does things all over the world for the community and everything else. But in terms of our football team, he really allows, Coach Carroll, John Schneider, and the coaches and the players to be passionate about what we're doing, and that's why our culture is about winning. And Paul and everything that he's done in his life has been about winning. In a different way, but it's been about winning. And so I think that's the culture that Paul Allen and Coach Carroll and John Schneider bring to the table for us as players.
If Thomas Rawls is available, what does he bring your offense?
Well, he brings a certain amount of energy, excitement. He can do a lot of great things, and so we're excited about Thomas potentially playing this week. He's looked great all week, and so we'll see what happens. But he's a guy that you think about when he first started playing. I mean, he helped change the game, and really every time he touched the ball was thrilling to see, and so that was always exciting.
Anything else? Thanks, Russ.
Thank you guys. Go Hawks.